13. What's the time? This would have been a better place to sit. The background, the brown background. That's just me thinking on my hip. So I believe we'll need to start at 7 on the, if we start at 7 sharp, we have only 14 people. So I propose we give at least some 2-3 minutes to accommodate the Nigerian time.
Mr. Emmanuel Otele, please mute your Thank you.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening. So, Dr. Samuel, welcome.
Yes.
We'll be waiting for 2 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes, to allow some of the people to come in. So by 7:03 sharp, we'll begin.
All right. Thank you.
Well, please remember to mute your mic. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we'll have to start now. And 7:03 as we planned. So I would like to welcome everybody. Thank you for joining us. We shall commence the webinar right away. I have to say that I'm excited that a group of dedicated and brilliant Nigerians have come together to put such a platform together, and it fills me with pride. Without letting the cat out of the bag, we're looking at an app, social media app, as well as a knowledge repository, everything designed by Nigerians here in China. But it's not going to be limited to Nigerians in China. It's going to be for Nigerians all over the world. So this is something to be proud of. Having said that, we have some dignitaries amongst us. We have Honorable Abdulrahman Teran, representing the chairperson of the Nigerian Diaspora Commission. Honorable Abdulrahman, welcome.
What's up? Thank you for being part of this program.
Yeah, thank you. Also, I have to recognize the presence of some of the members of Nigeria's diplomatic corps here in China, especially Mrs. Ayo Luther Ogbomode. She's from the Beijing mission here, and she's been gracious with her presence here. So, Mrs. Ayo, thank you for joining us.
Good evening, and thank you for having me.
You're most welcome. You're most welcome. So, to all the guests, all the audience, thank you all for your time. It promises to be something that after it's over, you're going to be very proud of the Nigerians here. So I assure you that your time wouldn't have been wasted. Having said that, I'll invite now for the opening remarks the acting president of the Nigerians in Diaspora Commission Organization China, NIDO China, in the person of one of the most energetic and dedicated lady that I know. I'm talking of Barrister Justina Ajala. I would give her some minutes now to make her remarks. So Barrister Justina, over to you, and thank you for joining us as well.
Thank you, Mr. Louis. Oh, sorry, Mr. Owen, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay. All right, you're welcome, everybody, once again. We appreciate you for joining us tonight. Thank you so much. So this is NIDO China, Uniting the Diaspora for National Development. Okay. Yeah, and this is just the basic information about NIDO China. We're on different social media handles. We are on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. So you can check us on all these social media platforms. So I'll talk briefly about NIDO history. NIDO was established to create a vibrant diaspora community for national development, as well as to enhance the skill, expertise, knowledge base of Nigerians in diaspora. It is the aim of the federal government that diaspora will play a more constructive role in national development, as well as promoting cultural exchange in the host countries. China was formed in 2017 after extensive discussion among all stakeholders, which includes members of the community and members of the diplomatic mission in China. And NIDO China was inaugurated in 2018 at Beijing at the Embassy of Nigeria. So I will talk briefly about our mission. NIDO China aim and vision is to develop the community and provide platform for national development. And we also identify individuals with skills and capacity, as well as willingness to contribute to national development. Yes, so it gives me great joy to introduce our two brands tonight. That is the e-library and the social network, which has been designed by NIDO China. And I will just talk briefly about this project. And I would like everyone to know that this project is first of its kind by an African organization here in China. We are the first to do this. So it's really a great achievement on our part, and we are so happy about that. It's an initiative of NIDO China. And it is not the effort put in by an individual, but it is the effort put forward by committees of NIDO China. NIDO China, we have different committees, and these committees have done this project. So it's the effort of all the committee members, not by an individual. So I'll just talk briefly on the project, the e-library. NIDO China decided to develop an e-library which provide a platform to access educational and learning resources, which is not limited to Nigerians only. It's open to all foreigners. It's open to foreigners, Nigerians, non-Nigerians, students, and even government officials. It's just a way to project Nigerians, for people to know Nigerians are good academically, not just in academics. It's a way of projecting ourselves out there to the world, because this is accessible to everybody, not just to Nigeria. So everybody has access to this, our e-library. And the e-library holds resource materials that cross across all disciplines. My colleague will also talk more about the e-library. I'm just introducing, so they will talk more about that. Yes, I'm so excited to introduce this. This is our social app, which is called NiLink. The Ni is from Nigeria. That is how we got this name, NiLink. Yes, and this is the social media platform that was designed by NIDO China. NIDO China, in a bid to develop Nigeria, has come up with this platform, network platform, which will be able to reach as many people as possible at the same time. And the good thing about this platform is you don't need a VPN, so you can use it at any time. You know, while in China, you have to use the VPN before you can connect to your family back home in Nigeria. But with this platform, you have access to them without the VPN. So that's the good thing about this platform. And with this platform, you can do varieties of things, a lot of things. My colleague will also talk more about this. He will tell us some of the features of this platform. So we welcome you to our two brands, the e-library and the network app. Thank you so much. You're all welcome once again. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Barrister Justina, and I must commend the team again, because I think what stood with me was the fact that you mentioned that to the best of your knowledge, and frankly, to the best of my knowledge as well, I'm not aware of any other group of Africans or even any other group of foreign nationals in China that have come up with something like that. It's not just a WeChat group or a WhatsApp group, but this is a bona fide app that is open to everybody. So kudos to you and your team. And I have to say that the accolades that will undoubtedly come the way of the team is well deserved. For those who are just joining us, that was the introduction, an opening remark, if you will, from the acting president of the Nigerians in Diaspora Commission, Nigerians in Diaspora Organization, China, NIDO China. Going forward, we are going to have a brief overview of the e-library, I believe, as a knowledge repository, as Barrister Justina introduced. It's going to be open to everyone. So we'll have one of the representatives of the team of the educational committee introduce that. Next, we'll have the main launch of the NiLink. NiLink is the name of the app. That would also be presented by the representative of the development team. As I said, this app was completely developed by Nigerians, both the front end and back end. So it's something that we should give them kudos for. After this, we'll get some comments from our dignitaries here present, and earlier introduced the representative of the Nigerians in Diaspora Commission, Honorable Abdulrahman Terap. He would share a few words after that. Next, we would have a representative of Nigeria's Diplomatic Corps in China who would also put in their comments. Then we'll have a closing remark by the president of the Nigerians in Diaspora Organization, China. Interspersed with this will be questions and answers session with the members of the audience. So we're in for an interactive session. It's basically us outsiders now meeting the app, understanding how the app would work, and hopefully we'll download the app today. Having said that, I'm going to invite the representative of the Education Committee, Dr. Samuel, to give a brief introduction and overview of the e-library. So Dr. Samuel, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, please, over to you. Dr. Samuel, by the way, is not only of NIDO China, is a senior researcher at the Chinese Academy of Sciences in Shenzhen. So is a heavy hitter, and it's something that we're happy to have him on the team. So Dr. Samuel, over to you now.
Thank you, Brother Wayne. Can you see my screen?
Well, right now I can't.
Just a moment.
Yes,
How about
we
now?
can see the screen.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for the introduction. My name's Samuel Oluwarotimi Williams, and just a brief introduction. I'm currently a researcher with the Chinese Academy of Sciences here in Shenzhen branch, and I will be presenting to you tonight the e-library project put together by NIDO China under the leadership of the Education and Research Committee. The aim of the e-library project is to develop a world-class electronic library platform that could house a range of educational and learning aids freely accessible to Nigerians and non-Nigerians, particularly students, academics, researchers, and government officials. And also, we aim to integrate into this same e-library platform a forum for collaborations in research and learning among Nigerians and other nationals globally, like bringing Nigerians globally together to do some sort of research and also educational programs that could aid learning for Nigerians at home and as well abroad. So what are the things we stand to benefit from this project? One of the things are this initiative would help promote the reading and learning culture among Nigerians. Also, it will help provide a pool of valuable information on what Nigerians are doing, the amazing works that Nigerians are doing abroad, here in China, and even perhaps Nigerians in Europe and America and other parts of the world, and even in Africa. This platform will also help establish links between Nigerians at home and abroad, thereby creating several opportunities for Nigerians. And lastly, the last benefits, of course it would not be the last, but these are just some of the ones we were able to point out, is that this platform would also provide a resource or serve as a resource for the Nigerian government to execute sustainable projects, and not just Nigerian government, perhaps the African Union, they could get resourceful information from this platform to be able to execute sustainable projects for the entire continent. Next, I would talk briefly about us. Basically, this idea, although conceived in China and developed in China, but basically by Nigerians, not Chinese. My president has said that, even my brother Wayne has also said that. This project is completely developed, conceived by Nigerians, well-meaning Nigerians with the same objective and goal towards establishing a platform that could aid learning and education amongst Nigerians and even amongst Nigerian communities and even other communities. So the whole project is put together by Nigerians, not by a single individual, but by the Nigerians here in China, and it's also developed by Nigerians here under the supervision of our president, Barrister Justina Ajala, that spoke earlier on. So what progress have we made thus far? So far, we have been able to build a platform that holds a pool of educational resources, including journal articles, electronic books, also conference articles, electronic magazines, and dissertation and thesis of masters and PhD students. So basically, these resources have been classified into 10 different categories, the materials here, which are listed by the left-hand side. We have arts and humanities, education, social sciences, computer science and ICT, engineering, agriculture, medicine and pharmacy, natural science, business and management, and earth sciences. We are still developing more robust classification schemes. As time goes on, we will integrate that. But for now, these are the classification schemes that we are working with. And also, we have a pool of ebooks, not just journal articles, not thesis of masters and PhD students in the e-library platform as it is currently. We also have electronic books, which could be easily accessed due to the previous slide that due to the classification scheme we adopted in the previous slide. This could aid easy accessing of the resources in the library platform. And we also have e-magazines as well in this library platform. Yeah, so what are our next plans? In order to expand this idea and also enrich the resources in the e-library platform, we are currently sourcing for collaborators and sponsors, like people that could collaborate with us in order to help develop this to a full scale. Remember, I said in my first slide that we are looking at a world-class e-library platform, and is going to be available not only to Nigerians, but individuals of other nationals. So it has to be of reputable standard, which we are all working towards as a team. So secondly, we hope to equip the system with other electronic resources, because for now we've not been able to put up software tools that could help students and researchers to speed up their research works and educational tasks. So we hope to also put up some software tools, also get some relevant video and audio tutorials that could help students learn more and easily, and even researchers as well. Also get data sets or databases for researchers to be able, especially those in Africa that don't really have equipment to get some kinds of data. So if we have some of those data here, we can put them in our library platform, label them properly, so those in Africa, particularly Nigeria, could access this data and do some meaningful research that could be of impact to the entire country. And also integrate a platform for collaborative research and learning. Like this platform, we are also looking at developing a model that can enable, for instance, Nigerians here to be able to collaborate in terms of research and learning with Nigerians in Britain, or Nigerians in Canada, or Nigerians in Australia, and even other parts of the world, Nigerians in South Africa and all that. So bringing Nigerian researchers, educational community together so that we can harness our strength and do something that can help develop our country back home and as well the continent at large. So these are some of the next plans we have. Yeah, our team. Basically, we have 5 sub-teams within the Education and Research Committee, NIDO Education Research and Committee. The first team is the resource sourcing team. which takes charge of getting resources, educational resources from different sources. And the second team is the resource classification and cataloging team. This team is basically responsible for checking and classifying the acquired resources from the first team. While the third team is the content verification team. This team basically handles the aspect of verifying the resources that have been classified to be sure that we can upload them onto the e-library platform without facing issues like copyright from the big publishers such as Springer, Elsevier, or even some universities that may want to come up with such. Then the library services, this team helps to develop some kind of aid model that helps users of the e-library system to be able to use these resources efficiently, the resources in them, how to search for what they want and how to get them. Then the academic counseling team, this team basically takes charge of things relating to students, like trying to provide information in form of videos or tutorials or even personal counseling to students who are having one problem or the other with their studies here in China, and also trying to provide some learning aids to those back in Nigeria that have interest in studying in China, like for instance, sharing the experiences of some of us with them so that they will avoid making certain mistakes that we have made here in China. So these are our teams, and we also use this opportunity to solicit for members to join each of these teams. We would appreciate that. So these are the things we've been able to achieve thus far, and we hope to achieve much more with your support. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Samuel. From your presentation, it looks like the e-library is going to be a gift that keeps giving. There's so much to benefit from it. I was very much impressed by the fact that it's open not only to Nigerians here in China, but people from all over the world, and especially to Nigerians who are back at home. So just to have a clearer idea of how this would work, somebody in, let's say, University of Nigeria in Nsukka is in search of certain material. So the person can log on in Enugu there and will be able to access all those materials?
Exactly, exactly.
Okay.
Regardless of the institution that you belong to in Nigeria, you should be able to access the e-library resources, and not just for Nigerians, like you rightly pointed out, for other nationals of other countries, Africa and even Asia and America and Europe. If you need some things about what is happening, what Nigerians are doing globally, this platform could be an avenue to get such resource.
Oh, fantastic, fantastic. And will there be a fee, or this will be for free?
Basically, for now, it's free.
Okay, okay.
It's free.
That's fantastic. Thank you so much, Dr. Samuel and
the
education team. We're happy and proud of what you guys have been able to put together, and I believe it's just the first step to greater things. So thank you once more. Before we proceed, I would like to implore people, everyone who's just joining, or even those who've been here, to please pay attention to their mics. We'll require you to mute the mic, because a situation where we have one of the presenters speaking and then there's feedback from other people's mics is a bit distracting. So please just look at the little microphone icon at the bottom left corner of the screen and just click mute so that we can continue to have a seamless webinar. Having said that, the next thing would be for us to meet NIDO. NIDO is the social media app that's been wholly developed by a Nigerian team here in China, and it's going to be available right from tonight. It's going to be available tonight. You can download and start to use it. The URL will be shared shortly after. But the details, all the technical details of the app will be produced shortly. I'll have the representative of the development team in the person of a very quiet but very effective individual, Mr. Louis Dehe. He will be speaking on behalf of the development team. Mr. Louis, are you ready for us?
Yeah, good evening, everybody, and good afternoon, our people in Nigeria. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Oh, okay, great. Yeah, so I'll be introducing the NILink. We called it NILink. It's a social networking app, and it's for all. Over to the introduction. It's a social networking website and app that allows us create an online page. It also allows us connect with friends, families, and to make new friends around the world. It will help us build our business circle and business profile. NIDO China's networking app is fast and secured. It was designed and developed with state-of-the-art AI security systems with you in mind. The app has loads of features, more than 100 different features. Trust me, this is better than Facebook. But because of time, we will not be able to go through all of them. We'll just select a little few out of them. So the first one we'll be looking at is the feature called live streaming. It has a live streaming feature where users can go live and share their moments with each other. This is the act of recording and making broadcast in real time. This is one of the most important features during this season of the COVID-19, where we are all expected to be indoors to prevent the spread of the virus. Live streaming has become the most trending feature in the tech world today to drive away boredom. Even religious bodies can use it for live broadcast. Even like the online meeting we are doing right now, you can use this feature for the online meeting, just like Zoom, online conferences, and what have you. Even trade fairs, like recently in China, the Canton Fair is going to be coming up very soon. You could also stream the Canton Fair live with your family or people that cannot travel to China, all in our app. The next feature we'll be looking at is the social login. Yeah. The social login is the ability to log in with social media accounts. Like if you have already existing social media accounts like Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, or what have you, you could just sign up with just a click. With this, you don't need to sign up for an account on our site or app. You can just join with a click using your existing social media accounts. This comes handy because many people get bored filling forms to access websites. We added this feature for your convenience. You can see on the screen, this is like a sign up page. You'll see that there is a Facebook icon there, and there's a LinkedIn icon, and there's an Instagram icon. With just clicking any of these icons, you can go straight to using the app, so you don't need to bother yourself about registration and all that. Yeah, this is also an example of it. The next feature we'll be looking at today is the post actions. Here, users can comment, like, unlike, you could even dislike, or use reactions to share your posts and feelings to your friends and loved ones. Yeah, the next one we'll be looking at is group pages and events. Here you can create and manage unlimited groups, pages, and events. Let's start with groups. For groups, people can create unlimited groups and also join unlimited groups. This was one of the features that made members of our organization come together to create this app. We noticed there's a limit of 500 people that can join the WeChat app. For those outside Nigeria, outside China, WeChat is our social media chat app we use here. It has a limit of 500 people that can join a group at a time. So because of the limitation of 500 people, we thought about setting up a platform that can make us have unlimited number of people. So imagine the whole Nigerians in China, or imagine the whole world being in one platform and you can just disseminate information to them at a go. This was one of the reasons why we set this up. We put this together so we can easily disseminate information within ourselves and to communicate securely without any prying eyes or ears, if you know what I mean. Here, leaders of organizations, groups can create and manage their groups, add members, communicate with each other securely. It's very secured and safe. The system is also open to everybody, not just for NIDO members. Everybody can use it. But with the group functions, you can limit it to just people from your group so that you can have your own private discussions within each other. Another reason we set this up is that most times some Chinese companies that are interested in investing in Nigeria or do business in Nigeria or have job placements in their companies for Nigerians, they find it difficult to locate Nigerians or someone to help them or someone they can employ for the task ahead. But with this platform and your updated profiles, you can easily be spotted on using your areas of interest, fields of studies, or work experiences. These Chinese people, or any, not just Chinese, any foreigner that is interested in investing in Nigeria can always locate you as long as your profile is up to date. Yeah, I'll jump that. Okay, let's go forward. Yeah, this is a sample of one of the group pages. This is an event page, like a sample of how it looks like on the app. The next feature we'll be looking at is the user daily stories. These are daily stories. Here, users can create their own stories, just like you have on Instagram and other social media networking apps. People create stories every day, like you just click and share maybe your videos or something that's happening around you. And this feature is deleted after 24 hours. Like after when you share your screen or share your stories, it's automatically deleted after 24 hours. Another very important feature we'll be looking at today is the ads and ad mob. Users can create ads and generate revenue for themselves. No joke, like with this, you can make money for yourselves. For those who are familiar with the Google AdSense, this one is for you. You can make loads of money yourself by setting up Google Ads from the app or from the website. These ads can be displayed in post or sidebars, and it's so robust that it is CPC and CPM supported. CPC is an acronym for cost per click, while CPM is cost per 1,000 impressions. All these have to do with your ad revenue. Like you can make revenue and goods money when you use the app and you use the ad function. The next we'll be looking at is blogs, forums, articles, and marketplace. This is a very interesting feature. Because of time, we'll be breaking it down and making it short. Okay, so here you can view, share articles, blogs, forums with your friends. Another wonderful feature of this app is the marketplace. With the marketplace, you can create online shops and start selling your products to your customers, just like you have Taobao, Amazon, Jumia, and other B2B websites. Imagine this a social networking app, but it can do far more than just social networking. You could sell your products, you could upload your pictures, like people selling human hairs, selling clothes. You could create your own online marketplace and start selling. And all the money goes to you. We're not going to take any percentage from it. It's all your market, your online market. So for those that are finding it difficult to build their own apps and create like a marketplace where people can sell or buy stuff from them, this is for you. The next feature we'll be looking at is the Find Friends Nearby feature. This is the ability to view friends nearby with search filters. This uses our geo-tagging on our phone, like our GPS from our phone, to search for friends nearby. Those of us in China might be familiar with the feature. WeChat has this feature. With this feature, you can use your GPS on your phone to search for friends nearby, both old and new friends. You can also search for nearby events, nearby shops, and nearby places. Another very interesting feature we'll be looking at is the audio and video calls. It's a fun and seamless way to stay connected with your friends and family. This feature allows us audio and video communication in full HD resolution. Imagine you want to call your loved ones or your friends. You can just, with just a tap of a button, you can be seeing each other live, just like you have the normal video calls. So this is like a sample of a video call. Yeah, another feature we'll be looking at is, this will be the last one because I don't want to bore us. Like I said, there are like more than 100 features, but we're not going to take all of them, and this is going to be the last one. The app and the website is very user-friendly. We can visit it anytime and we can maneuver it and go through it. We made sure the UI and the UX is very easy to navigate, so you can easily understand it. Yeah, so another feature we'll be looking at is the dark and white mode. This dark and white mode, what it means is you could switch just with a click of a button, you could switch from the dark mode or the white mode. Like, let me show you an example. Like, this is an example. Like, you can see the one to the left is dark and the one to the right is white. Nigerian comes with this feature that allows you to toggle from white mode to dark mode. For me, I prefer this dark mode because it's kind of, it gives a nice graphical presentation of whatever you're looking at. In today's trends, developers have noticed that the radiation coming from mobile phones or computer screens sometimes affect our eyes. So we came up with a dark mode feature. This dark mode is subtle to the eyes and gives us more screen times daily. So when you have this dark mode switched on, you don't have to worry about your retina, worry about the radiation or whatever come into your eyes. This is another example of the dark mode. Yeah, then yeah, this is an example of the white mode. So like I said, because of time, we don't want to take much of our time. We had to just cut it short with just these 10 top features we feel we should know about. So thank you very much. And from the technical team, I'm saying thank you. And if you have any questions, over to you, boss.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Ideha. I just want to confirm a couple because I was blown away. You could observe I was listening with rapt attention. You said the app has more than 100 features. Is that correct? 100?
Yeah. Sure.
Wow, that is truly impressive. I had no idea the extent of the creativity and the technical savvy that was put into this. Well done to you and your team. There's a question that was asked while you were speaking. Someone wants to know, this night link, is it only available on the app store, or there's a PC version? Is there a PC version of this NILING?
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that, like, it's available on both the Android versions, the iOS versions, the web versions, even your mobile wristwatch versions, both Android and iOS.
Okay, fantastic. So I hope that answers the question of, I believe, Mr. Tunde. I assume it's a Mr., so pardon me if I'm wrong, but the name just says Tunde. So Tunde wanted to know. I'm sure by the time we get to the later stages of the seminar or the webinar, we're going to have more questions. So please stay on standby.
Yeah,
with
sure.
Louis and your team. I know you guys have had to work round the clock and stay awake. We admire and appreciate your dedication, and actually see this as a testament to the Nigerian spirit. So kudos to you and your team once more.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah.
So having said that, talking about the team, we have ready to give a short remark. A friend of NIDO, in fact, I shouldn't say friend, I should say champion of NIDO, is worked and tirelessly to ensure that the Nigerians in Diaspora Organization, China, gets started on good footing and good foundation. So is one person who has been indefatigable in his efforts to see that NIDO climbs to great heights. So some of these things we are seeing today is as a result of the dedication and support of the next speaker. Is the Consul General of the Nigerian Consulate in Shanghai. I'm talking of Honorable Anderson Mabike. So Honorable, Your Excellency, are you available? Are you ready to speak to us now?
Yes, I'm ready, Win. Are you hearing me?
Yes, we can hear you. Thank you for taking time to attend, and the floor is yours now, sir.
Good, good. Well, I would like to be brief. First of all, let me say hearty congratulations to all of you, Barrister Justina, Win, and all the people behind the scene that have made this a success. I've taken time to listen to what has been going on. I must say I'm impressed, very impressed. Now, let me start on a little note by saying NIDO, like we all know, is a structure that is put in place by a federal government in its effort to galvanize Nigerians, professionals in diaspora who have various competencies, so that we all come together in trying to see how we can transfer our professional expertise to Nigeria. So it's a forum where we encourage people that are out there to come together, think about Nigeria. What are those positives we can take home? Because one day, even if after working abroad, you retire, and you have to go back to your home. There's a place we all call home, whether I like it or not. So that's the first thing about NIDO. So I say big congratulations to Madam Justina and all of you for this wonderful initiative. Actually, I was not supposed to come to speak this evening, but having had a deeper reflection of my very serious commitment about NIDO and all that concerns those of us out here in making sure that we'll continue to work together. I had to share some of the activities I had this evening to make sure I chip in a word of encouragement. Mine is to encourage you and to assure you that we will continue to work together. I'm also happy I saw my colleague there, Madam Ayo, representing His Excellency, the ambassador there, principal representative of Mr. President here. So we're all together in all this to give you people the appropriate support in galvanizing and organizing Nigerians, diasporans in this part of the world, so that we always think home. Yes, the enjoyment of facilities, of infrastructures here, they don't just come from the moon. It's people that did it. So we can transfer same to our own their country. That's the essence of all these efforts, discussions, and when we're abroad, It's about what are those positives we have to take home. So this is a milestone. You're starting well, and I'm only encouraging you to do more. There's lots of other things to do. Also, interestingly too, the project about e-library and the NIDO networking. Awesome, awesome. I also took time to listen. Of course, library is about education. Education is about communication. Communication is about enlightenment and more. Very important, especially the aspect I had that with e-library, there's no more constraints. There's no more bridges. Now, there's no more problem. Somebody in Nigeria from Lagos can communicate. So it's quite a good initiative. Please keep it up. I'm impressed. And even though I'm in Shanghai, His Excellency there is in Beijing. In any little way you want my support, please always count on me. I have passion. That's why most of us are here on taxpayers' money. We must be seen to be doing our job. And I always say it, count me anytime. I will do my job. And also, I know most people will also do that. That's the only way we can go to another level so that our own society will be better off. Also interesting to say correlations on the NIDO app for networking. Of course, there's no successful business today without networking. Very important. I listened to the young man who gave the working of the networking, and to also realize that they have more than 100 features. Awesome, wonderful. 100 features, he says so much. But I'll task you guys to also make sure that this is well publicized so that the thing will work optimally, so that it's not underutilized. Our people should be informed. People should be involved so that we all will key into this to make it a greater success for overall interest of everybody. So once again, I say congratulations. You guys are great. You have my back. In any way you want me to, in any way to assist, please do not hesitate. That's me. I wish you all the best. May God bless this country. May God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you so much, Your Excellency. Those are indeed encouraging words. And as always, this we've come to expect this from you, is always offered support. And not only the Consul General in Shanghai, as intimated, the Nigerian diplomatic corps have been in entirety, in the totality of the diplomatic corps have been very supportive to Nigerians in diaspora. And I'm sure this is what everyone can attest to. So thank you once again for your comments, Your Excellency. Now, I'm going to, at this point, because I see a lot of people have questions, so I'll implore anyone that has questions to, there's a feature to raise your hand. So you could raise your hand, we'll take note of it, and then while the relevant speaker addresses one particular question, we can prepare you for the next question. So while we wait for people to raise their hand on the app, there are some questions that have been typed out, which I'll ask. One of the questions will go to Dr. Samuel. There's a question here for you, and the person has asked if there's a repository for the protocols and procedures for like lab protocols and even codes from MATLAB. Will there be a functionality in the e-library for that, where they can drop those things and anybody who would be willing or who would be in need could access that? So Dr. Samuel, can you address that briefly?
Thank you, sir. Yeah, sure, we have such repository, but if you remember, I listed some themes. These kind of activities will be handled by the resource retrieval team, which was the first team I mentioned, because we don't want to give access to individuals to directly deposit those things. Resource sourcing team will retrieve from individuals or organizations that are willing to give resources. Why? Because we need to check these resources to be sure that we can actually archive them. This is one. And Secondly, the quality of what is coming in, we also need to be sure of what we are putting on the e-library platform. So they cannot access that directly. They have to send to us, then we check and classify and put it in the right directory in the e-library database.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dr. Samuel. I hope that addresses the questionnaire. The questionnaire, I should say. Now we're going to take another short remark. As I've said, we cannot appreciate enough the support of the Nigerian diplomatic corps. They've been a pillar, and as everybody would attest to, in the times especially, we've come to appreciate their presence. So having said that, the representative of the ambassador here from the Beijing mission, Mrs. Ayo Luther Ogomode, would give a brief remark and she'll share her views. So, Mrs. Ayo, are you ready to speak to the people?
Thank you, Mr. Wen. I hope I pronounced it properly.
Well, it's okay. I'm used to it. It's the same thing. A rose by any other name is still a rose.
All right. Good evening. I see you have Honorable Abdulrahman Taral, representative of Honorable Abike Dabiri Erua, Chairman of Nigeria Diaspora Commission, and my very amiable colleague and the Consul General of Nigeria to Shanghai, Honorable Anderson Madubike, Acting President, NIDO China, Barrister Mrs. Ajala. Well, great men and women, great Nigerians, ladies and gentlemen, everyone present, good evening. On behalf of His Excellency Ambassador Ahmad Jida, Ambassador of the Federal Republic of Nigeria to China, and the members of staff of the Embassy of Nigeria here in Beijing, I want to thank the leadership of NIDO China, under the able leadership of Barrister Ajala, I've just mentioned, and the other members of the executive committee of the organization for the invitation to attend and be part of this very important online event to launch two major projects of the organization, the e-library and the network app, which we've just been privileged to listen to their introduction by two of your members. Accordingly, I'm delighted to share with you just this brief message on this occasion. It gives us great pleasure to note that these two landmark projects are initiatives of NIDO China. And I must say that these achievements do not come as a surprise, as it is a well-known fact that Nigerians are very creative, enterprisingly dynamic, and always seeking ways to positively contribute in any environment in which they find themselves. It is gratifying also to know that at these very difficult times globally, NIDO China has been innovatively able to develop especially the e-library project, which I believe was first conceived a physically stationed library, but probably faced with challenges of space and location, now turned E. Also very, very good. I mean, with the way things are going in the world, we know that the virtuals are taking a more prominent place. Furthermore, it is good to note that these important projects will not only be for the benefit of members of NIDO China, but also to all commerce worldwide. At this juncture, it is necessary to emphasize that diaspora issues are very much of interest to Nigeria, which has millions of its population abroad. Having recognized the critical role of its diaspora population in the country's development, the Nigerians in Diaspora organization was established. And since then, the federal government of Nigeria has continued to harness the tremendous skills, expertise, and wealth of knowledge of Nigerians residing abroad in order to promote socio-economic and infrastructural development in Nigeria. I won't go into much of that, as we all know. Although we note that unlike its counterpart in the Western countries, the Nigerians in Diaspora organization in China is relatively young, having been established in the year 2017. Nevertheless, the organization, under the support of the embassy, has continued to collaborate closely with the embassy and other organizations to contribute to the progress and unity of Nigerians in China. In accordance with the organization's aim of creating a platform for all Nigerians to contribute positively to China, in China, where the organization is based, and also to Nigeria, the parent country of the organization, we are happy to note that NIDO China has been providing welfare and legal assistance to Nigerians. NIDO China has also successfully organized a number of activities, including a cultural event in June of last year to showcase Nigeria's rich cultural heritage. The organization also actively participated in the first regional consultative conference that was organized by the Citizens and Diaspora Organization of the African Union last year. It is important to also note that during the peak of the outbreak here, the organization, along with the student organization, worked closely with the embassy to create awareness and safety consciousness amongst Nigerians and ensure that the concerns of Nigerians were brought to the attention of the embassy and through the embassy to the federal government of Nigeria, and they were adequately addressed. The two projects being launched today are a further testament to the possibilities that Nigerians can accomplish. And we believe they will be of great use to Nigerians studying and working in China, having the potentials to enhance their study, work, and social life, amongst others. This is not limited to Nigerians in China alone, like has been said, many tonight. The initiatives we also believe will help to address the communication and information gap between Nigerians back home and Nigerians in diaspora in all over the world. The e-library initiative will also help to bridge the knowledge gap among participants by creating, as has been said, an access to a wide range of educational and learning materials. This is so great. This is so wonderful to know that our own Nigerians have come up with such. And the connectivity that will be enhanced by the network app will equally foster unity and create more opportunities for creativity amongst Nigerians, including to even make some money for Nigerians who are so talented. This is great. Against the backdrop of these developments, the reality of the diaspora and its role in the development of Nigeria cannot be overemphasized. NIDO China is the umbrella body of Nigerian professionals in China, and while we note that there are still challenges by virtue of the nascent nature of the organization, we are, however, hopeful of better things to come. We therefore implore you to continue to strive for unity among Nigerians in China and to create opportunities for Nigerians to develop themselves and contribute positively to China and to Nigeria. We urge that you work closely, collectively, in unity amongst yourselves, as you very well know that when a people or an organization are united, they will be accomplished. In unity, there is great opportunity for success, growth, and fulfillment of potentials and goals. The embassy in Nigeria, the Embassy of Nigeria in Beijing has been supporting and will continue to support and closely work with NIDO China as we forge ahead in promoting excellent bilateral relations between Nigeria and China, which have been cordial for nearly 50 years. 50 years by February next year, 2021. The interests of Nigerians, including the welfare of Nigerians in China, also remain our major goal, and we try to deal with
maybe it's the Wi-Fi connection with this that I don't know.
I can hear some other voice.
Excuse me. Let's see whose mic is on. Please, can we all mute our mics at appeal earlier? Please let us take note. If we're not speaking, please let's mute the mic.
All right, thank you. The interest of Nigeria, including their welfare in China, also remain a major role as we strive to deal with challenges which Nigerians face or may face in the future. Finally, as you launch this project, on behalf of the ambassador and the entire members of staff of the embassy,
excuse me, the person using the Honor Magic 2 phone, please mute your mic. Thank you. Mrs. Ayo, I think all is well now, all is set, you can continue. Apologies for that.
I'm just on my final lap, as I said, and as you launch these projects today, on behalf of the ambassador and the entire members of staff of the Embassy of Nigeria in Beijing, it is my great pleasure to congratulate the leadership of NIDO China chapter and all members of the organization, and indeed all Nigerians, and to wish you all the very best in your endeavors in China. We are confident that where this has come from, a lot more will still come. Keep the bond of unity, and thank you very much for the invitation.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Ayolu there. As I mentioned, she's representing the Nigerian embassy here, the Nigerian diplomatic mission in Beijing. And as you could tell from her speech, they've been very supportive, and the relationship enjoyed between NIDO, China, and the diplomatic corps here is a very cordial one. And we hope that this continues. Thank you for your speech. For people who've asked about the link has been posted in the comment section. You could go, and right now as we speak, you're able to download the app and use the app. Later, the app will be available on the app stores, both the iOS App Store and the Google Play Store. Everything is already in place. It's just a final accreditation or the approval that's going to be done within the next couple of hours, in fact. We had hoped that they will be ready live now, but unfortunately, it couldn't happen that way. But the URL is available, as I said, posted in the comment section, so you can download the app and start to use that. Next, to address the audience will be Honorable Abdulrahman Terra. He's representing the Nigerians in Diaspora Commission. And the Nigerians in Diaspora Commission, as you know, has been set up by an act of parliament by the legislature to oversee the affairs of Nigerians all over the world. So I wouldn't usurp Honorable Abdulrahman's duties here. So I'll let him address and let him tell us more about the Nigerians in Diaspora Commission. Honorable, please, the floor is yours now. Honorable Abdulrahman, can you hear me? It appears there's some connection issues there. So while we wait for that to be addressed, there's a question here for the development team. Do we have the development team on standby? Mr. Lewis, are you able to answer a question?
Sure, I'm here.
Oh, okay. So now someone has asked about the payment. Can you just touch upon that briefly? Especially on the for the marketplace feature of the NightLink app, how will the payment be handled? Am I able to get my if people buy stuff from my store, how do I get the money? And how are we to be sure that there's not going to be any fraudulent activities?
Oh yeah, nice question. We have a KYC function. KYC means know your customers, and it's a very secured feature. We'll be using this KYC to make sure we do verification of the people that are going to be interested in the marketplace. So after we are confirmed with the full verification before we'll enable their stores on the app, then for the payment system, it will have an e-wallet system. You can withdraw and you can put into. Is the answer clear?
Well, I believe so. I believe so.
The e-wallet system will hold the money, will hold it like an electronic funds, and it has different payment gateways. There is Alipay, there is even cryptocurrencies, the one called Bitcoin. It accepts PayPal, it accepts even Visa and MasterCards too.
Okay, so the question was put forth by Mr. Dayo. Well, I'm assuming again this is I should just say the name was put up by Dayo Alao, and I hope you've covered his concerns, because like you said, it's a very critical and very useful question. Payments are very important issues. So let me confirm if Honorable Abdul Rahman is able to address the audience now. Honorable, are you good to go?
Mr. Wai, he will join us. He just lost connection.
Okay.
He will join us back.
Okay. In that case, I think we'll take more questions from the audience. One more question I have for Dr. Samuel. Dr. Samuel, are you there?
Yeah.
Okay. It has to do with the collaboration feature. So let's say there's a scientist or a researcher here in China who's looking into, let's say, molecular technology, and it needs to look and find people in the same field where they could work on some research projects. How will the e-library help in achieving that?
Okay, thank you. Like I tried to explain in one of my slides, basically there would be a model in the e-library system that enables interactions among researchers across the globe. So on such a model, of course, if we have any question, if you are familiar with ResearchGate, perhaps if you have some questions, you can just go to ResearchGate, something like that, and type your questions. So people that have interest in what you have posted will respond to you. Perhaps you want some kind of answers, or you want some people to consent to what you have posted. As relates to you wanting them to collaborate with you, they will actually respond to you. Those of like interest with you across the globe would also respond to you, and from there, of course, the relationship and the collaboration can begin on such a platform.
Okay.
And if they are looking for some sort of data, of course, like we said, part of the things that we hope to put up there in the database is research data. If we have such data with us, they can, as Nigerians, even non-Nigerians, they can easily log on to the system and have access to such data, provided they use those data, and at the end of the day, they acknowledge the source of the data. They need to give kind of acknowledgement to NIDO China e-library or NIDO China whatsoever. At least tell people that, okay, they got this resource from NIDO China.
Okay, that answers it. That's very clear. Thank you once again, Dr. Samuel.
Thank you, sir.
I appreciate your clarification. So we have Honorable Abdul Rahman back. The connection has been restored, thankfully. So is going to address us now. Honorable, are we still together?
Yes, we are together.
Fantastic. So over to you now, and we're looking forward to hearing from you.
Okay. Thank you very much. Of course, Wayne, it's a pleasure to be in your midst and to represent my honorable chairman. This is a message delivered, of course, by my humble self, Honorable Abdurrahman Terra, on behalf of the Chairman, Chief Executive Officer, Nigerians in Diaspora, in the person of Honorable Apike Dabiri Arewa, at the launching of the e-library and networking app by Nigerians in Diaspora Organization, NIDO China, this Saturday, 25th April, 2020. First, Your Excellency, the Nigerian Ambassador to China, Ambassador Baba Jeddah, ably represented here by Ms. Ayo Luther, Your Excellencies, members of the Nigerian Diplomatic Corps, Your Excellencies, members of the Chinese Diplomatic Corps and other officials of the Chinese government here present, the President, leadership and executive members of NIDO China, our distinguished members of the Nigerians in diaspora here in China and from other parts of the world, organizers of the event, distinguished members of the press, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. I wish to express the sincere appreciation and gratitude of the Honorable Chairman of Nigerians in Diaspora Commission, Honorable Abike Dabiri Erewa, to this important event by the Nigerians in Diaspora Organization, NIDO China chapter, for inviting her to the launching of the e-library and networking app. She is also honored to be associated with this good work NIDO China is doing. Let me start by conveying her sincere apologies for her inability to attend this important event personally, as she is currently attending to other national assignments, which is taking place concurrently. The Nigerians in Diaspora Commission, NIDCOM, is ever ready to bridge the gap with Nigerians in the diaspora towards the development of our nation and its people. In addition, we are here to partner and create synergy between the government of Nigeria and Nigerians living in China, as well as the rest of the world, with the sole purpose of creating common benefit for both the diaspora and the nation. My dear brothers and sisters, we regard you as assets to our fatherland, hence the commitment of the federal government of Nigeria under the able leadership of President Muhammadu Buhari to truly embrace its diaspora by providing the enabling environment for the engagement of enormous human capital all over the world for the development of the country. We appreciate the Nigerian caregivers who have been in the forefront of delivering services against this COVID-19 pandemic all over the world. Therefore, I urge you all to seriously consider expanding your footprints in the country. Visit Nigeria often, look out for investment opportunities, and stay abreast of news and happenings back home. I am confident that the Commission will not relent in its contribution to lay exemplary foundations for nation building and sustainable development. In this regard, let me use this opportunity to also inform you that the Commission, in its effort to ensure the relationship between Nigeria and its diaspora is enhanced, recently adopted the use of a first of its kind technology, artificial intelligence, emergency response center in its response mechanism. This is required to attend to the plight of Nigerians diaspora 24/7 all over the world through a chatbot, which is an automated messaging solution that encourages the use of natural language processing. This is also available to provide quick and timely information to Nigerians pertaining inquiries about the Commission and the COVID-19 pandemic or any other necessary information. Furthermore, the system is accessible via smartphones and other digital devices. We encourage you to kindly visit the Commission's website to get further details about the service, please. One of the greatest dangers nations of the world now face is the COVID-19 pandemic. The stay-at-home orders and social distancing measures have successfully suppressed transmission in many countries, but the virus remains extremely dangerous. Kindly educate, engage, and be in solidarity with our people in China and all over the world. As you may be aware, the chairman of the Commission, alongside the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and other top government officials, are in the forefront of canvassing for measures against recent maltreatment of Nigerians here in China. I wish to assure you that the government is doing all that is within its power to address such anomalies and ensure that similar cases do not repeat itself again in the future. This further underscores the government's commitment to ensure that the rights of Nigerians anywhere in the world are respected and enforced. Let me also use this medium to commend and appreciate the efforts of our ambassador, His Excellency Baba Ahmed Jeddah, and his able consular officers for their steadfastness during this challenging period. At this juncture, I wish to commend NIDO China and its executives for their rare feats of developing an e-library and a networking app. We have always believed that our common unity can be promoted through developmental projects like this. which is aimed at encouraging education as well as fostering social relationships within the Nigerian community here in China and beyond. We at NIDCOM will continue to identify and celebrate such achievements within our diaspora community all over the world. I must say here that these projects will not only be limited to Nigerians in China, but have the capacity to develop our local industry in those areas of ICT technology, e-education, and social networking, just as alluded to by the various presenters here. With our population and diversity, we have the capacity to imitate our own version of WeChat, just like the one in the Chinese environment. In the light of this, we encourage you to partner with the Commission to join us in our various investment events and platforms aimed at showcasing the capacity of our diaspora for the development of our country. It is also important to highlight the position of Nigeria in Africa as a favorable platform to engage the rest of the continent in terms of investments and entrepreneurship across the region. You may be aware, the management of all libraries, including digital ones, requires some ethical and standard regulations wherever they are in operation. Let me seize this opportunity to encourage you to ensure that such regulations are adhered to in order to make its operations very successful. Likewise, we hope that security and human rights regulations have also been considered in the development of the networking app. This is to ensure that the freedom and security of users, especially our diaspora, are not compromised while using the app. May I also use this medium to call on Nigerians to take advantage of this opportunity to benefit from these important services that NIDO China is providing for the common good of all of us. We believe this will bring about unity and development among Nigerians living here in China. Finally, while appreciating all of our Nigerians in diaspora here in China for making us a part of this important event, let me also extend the compliments of the season and wish Nigerian Muslims in China and all over the world Ramadan Mubarak, and also convey the message of the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Muhammadu Buhari, to use the season to pray for Nigeria and maintain physical distances during this blessed season. Once again, congratulations and wishing you the very best in your efforts to make Nigeria great by Nigerians in the diaspora. Thank you very much. God bless the Nigerian in the diaspora. God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and God bless you all, and stay safe. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Honorable Abdurrahman Terat, because that's a very powerful speech and a positive exhortation, I have to say, especially reminding people that Nigerians are law-abiding citizens by pointing out the ethics of running a library. And I believe the Education Committee have taken that to heart and would ensure that everything they do is within the ambit of the law, both local laws here and international law. But I think it is instructive that you pointed that out. Thank you so much, Honorable Abdurrahman Terat. We appreciate your brief remark. Now, there's a pressing question for the development team. Mr. Lewis, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, okay, so a couple of people seem very much interested in the marketplace, setting up a marketplace, which is a good sign. I'm not surprised, given that Nigerians and markets have a very special relationship. So the question is, how will they go about setting up a marketplace on NIDO? So I would appreciate if you could walk them through that process, what it'll need in terms of like you said, the KYC, the wallet for their payments and all that. Would you be able to do that briefly?
Yeah, because of time, I can just show them.
Okay, fantastic. That's even better. Show, don't tell. Fantastic. That's the mantra.
Okay, so can you see this button here?
I can see it.
Yeah, it's like an action button. When you click on it, you see different features. So this one is for creating ads and the marketplace. So when you go there, you'll be able to see everything there.
Okay, this looks very sleek.
Right.
That looks very sleek indeed. I have to say that. And most importantly, for those, who couldn't see, is going to write this. There's going to be a PowerPoint that explains all this. So I think it's important for people to know. Are you there? Are you still sharing something on that?
No. I was asking if it's clear. Was it clear?
Yes, I believe it's clear. The other question, I mean, somebody is found it incredulous that such an app has been designed by a team of Nigerians, and they're asking, is it really on the iOS app Store and on the Google Play Store? So can you confirm that this is not a joke, this is not a ruse, that it really exists, and they can download it on those apps eventually when they appear there?
Okay, yeah, thank you. Yeah, actually, we took lots of time to develop this, to come up with this. Like, it took us sleepless nights. So it was only yesterday we submitted to the iOS stores and the Android stores. And because of the COVID-19 thing, it's going to take them like maybe 7 to 3 days to accept the request. So let's say give and take within a week, it should be up and running in the stores.
Okay.
We submitted it already.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
One more question regarding that is whether the app will be available on the Chinese iOS store.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. Fantastic. This even gets bigger than
it will be running in 149 countries.
Wow, 149 countries, including Nigeria, I believe.
Including Nigeria and China.
Including Nigeria and China. So I believe that answers the question. The app will be available in 149 countries, including Nigeria and China. And that means it's also available on the Chinese iOS store, iOS app. So App Store, I beg your pardon. So in 3 to 7 days, let's just say the upper limit, within 7 days, you should be able to download it from those stores. In the meantime, however, you can still get access to the app by going to the URL that's been shared in the comment section. It's still going to be broadcast and disseminated widely in all the groups, the WhatsApp group, the WeChat group, the Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. It will be shared there. So we don't have to wait till it becomes available on the app stores. We can start enjoying the benefits and getting familiar with the functionalities right now. So thank you again, Ms. Lewis and the development team for putting this together and taking time to answer questions. Some of us are not as handy with technology as the development team, so I had to ask these questions. Thank you. So we're coming to the end of this. We don't want to keep people's, we don't want to take people's time. And to round off the webinar or the interaction, if you will be a very brief remark, emphasis on brief, by the president, the outgoing president of the Nigerians in Diaspora Community Organization China, NIDO China or NIDO China, if you will, the president of Mr. Brian Akiri. He has a few words to share. And Mr. Brian, are you there?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Yes. I remember when His Excellency the President was here, we were told that he's a very handsome young man, the youngest president of NIDO. So I'm calling on you again in that channeling that spirit and saying, Mr. Brian, please, over to you.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Good evening, everyone. First, let me start by thanking everyone who has created time to attend this very important webinar and launching of our e-library and our networking app. I would also like to, in line with keeping with protocols, send a big appreciation message to the chairman of the Nigerian Diaspora Commission, represented by Honorable Terab Abdurrahman, as well as His Excellency, the Nigerian Ambassador to China, Honorable Baba Mejida, ably represented by Mrs. Ayo, as well as our CG in Shanghai, our Consul General in Shanghai, Honorable Anderson Madubike. I would also very much like to appreciate all team members who have contributed tirelessly, led by our able acting president, Barrister Justina Ajala. It is really a thing of joy, I have to say. It is a thing of joy understanding how NIDO started in 2017 and how far we have come as an organization. As most of you know, I have stepped down. I am no longer the president, although Barrister Ajala is our acting president, but I have actually stepped down. So I'm now the past or the pioneering ex-president of NIDO China. So our president is Barrister Ajala. I would like to, in line with very brief remarks and given a vote of thanks, I would like to also admonish every Nigerian in China that the task of national development is something that we need to continuously work together towards. There is a popular saying that Rome was not built in a day. However, I always like to add the fact that what it was built, and it was built by the Romans. So we have a great task before us as Nigerians to develop our nation. And it seems like a huge mountainous task, but if we continue to contribute our own little parts, our own little additions, you know, a journey of 1,000 miles begins by a step. As we continue to contribute just the way NIDO China, under the leadership of our president, Barrister Ajala, is doing now, is continuing to do now, we would actually make great positive impact. I would also like to send a big appreciation to our mission in China here. The embassy in Beijing, the consulate in Shanghai and Guangzhou for responding to the request or pleas, let me say, by Nigerians, by our community, members of our community, during the trying times of the last couple of weeks. We are actually very, very impressed. We're very, very impressed in collaboration with the Nigerians in Diaspora Commission, NIDCOM, or NIDCOM, as well as the Foreign Ministry in Nigeria, and the entire federal government, because we actually saw members of our legislative body as well taking up the issue. We really, really commend our government, and we are absolutely excited about it. Coming back to our luncheon today, I want to encourage every one of us that a product is good, but it is only as good as how many people use it. So let us go out there, let us publicize this, the e-library, the networking application. Let us be proud of it. It is they are our tools, actually, they are our tools. Let us publicize it, let us use it, and let us make it number one. Like our president said, this is the first of its kind by an African country in China, that at least that we know of. So as we continue to be pace setters and trailblazers, let us continue on that path of setting records and setting good positive records. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you very much, our president. Thank you very much to all dignitaries who have made our time to attend. Thank you very much to the excellent team, from the development team to the e-library team. And thank you very much to our able moderator today, in the person of Dr. Wang Yi. We really appreciate it. God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you very much. Good night.
Thank you, Mr. Brian. That was brief. I like the fact that you kept it brief. It is commendable knowing the amount of things we would like to talk about. Having said that, I know I promised that was going to be one of the last things, but there's a pressing question here. This again goes to the development team. Mr. Lewis, are you there?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a question on how would you create an ad? How does one create an ad on the NightLink platform, on the NightLink app? Are you able to briefly explain this?
Yeah, like I said, the app and the website is very user-friendly. Like even babies can use it and understand it, right? So if you just go to the website, that same action button I just showed, once you click on it, you'll see create ad. Everything is there, it's very self-explanatory. And you can maneuver, you can go around it. If anybody has any question, the media team, we're always available to answer.
Okay, thank you once more, Mr. Lewis and the development team. Ladies and gentlemen, we should be rounding off at this point. However, before we part ways, I want to employ everybody here. There are about, as I see, there are 60 people here. 60 people, the 60 participants here can download the app and start to use it today. I would also suggest to Honorable Abdurrahman and the NIDCOM in general, it's going to be a fantastic opportunity to communicate with Nigerians in diaspora, because we envisage a situation where everybody from all over the world, globally, will be downloading this app. So we'll know that anything that is found on NILink is official communication. In this age of fake news and so much uncertainty, it's going to be a very quick and veritable channel for the Commission to reach out to Nigerians in diaspora and to engage with us. So it's not only for the Nigerians in diaspora, it's also for the Commission and the government especially. So I think it's going to be a fantastic bridge. And as the name suggests, NILink, it links both the citizenry and the government. So I think let us all, please, okay, now we are 61 people here. Please, I've downloaded it already. I'm going to spend at least 30 minutes getting familiar with the app. A lot of work was put in by the team, and I think we can only encourage them by downloading it and using the app, both the NILink and the e-library. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is where we'll end the webinar for today. It's been a little over, in fact, actually an hour, 30 minutes as we had scheduled. Thank you all for your time. Thank you all for coming. Thank you all for following the humble pleas. It is much appreciated. And for the team, or to the team, both the development team, the education team, and everyone who's put this together, kudos, more power to your elbow, and more grace to your elbow in both cases. So thank you all for coming. We end it here. Thank you.
Thank you all for coming. We really appreciate you all. As usual, Nigerians, we used to have party after party. So if you want to wait behind to just gist, we can go ahead. So you can unmute your mic, please, and you can ask questions and just generally. I know so many people are bored with the lockdown. Some cities are not yet open. So if you want to gist or you want to ask more questions on the e-library and the app, you can just talk. Or officially, the meeting is over.
All right. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, ma. Thank you, ma. Thank you, Honorable Sir.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, I have a question actually.
Please go ahead.
Yeah, so my question is, the app, is it officially launched? Like, is it officially open that one can search on it?
Mr. Lewis, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Oh, please go ahead and answer the question.
If I go to my Play Store now, can I find the app?
Not
maybe,
yet.
Maybe you came in late. Maybe you came in late. Like for now, it's not available on the stores, but we've submitted it on the stores. I guess because of the COVID-19, they are having problems accepting applications. So maybe before 3 to 7 days, it will be up and running on the app stores. But for now, you can just use the website. Is it clear?
Okay, I'll try the website.
Okay, Rita, I wanted to say something very quickly. I don't know if I can go on. Okay.
Which tower?
Good evening, everyone. Just
good evening. Is that Felix?
Yes, yes.
I know that voice. I know that voice.
Mr. Felix, sorry, before you go ahead, we have Mr. Akali now. We'd like to appreciate him.
Yes.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah, sorry,
Mr. Akani in our midst.
now, Mr. Akani, please, if you have anything to tell us, please go ahead.
Oh, sorry, apologies. Actually, I think he has been around for.
Yes, he has been around. So this is we now, sir. If you have anything to just tell us, it's fine.
Okay.
But we are just.
Presido, how can Oga Akadi be around and he's just hiding in the background?
Yes, that's what I'm calling him
We will
out.
not accept that. Oh. We will not accept that, Oga.
He's not hiding, no.
All right.
Good evening, sir.
How now?
Adi Alkali, I have to agree with Brian here. It looks like you were hiding.
No, we will not accept that.
No, I came in late, you know, so because of the fasting, I came in late. So,
Oh,
yeah.
That's true.
I remain at the background.
Well
done, guys. Well done.
Thank
It's
you
a
for coming.
highly commendable effort.
I want to say big Presto.
Thank you. You guys have done well. Honestly, it's a highly commendable initiative. Highly commendable.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Well done. I see. Well, we have people from Shenzhen. We must have things like this now. Well done. Nice one.
Yeah,
Mr. Felix was about to say something.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Please, Felix, go ahead with your question.
Yeah, thank you also, Mr. Wayne, for the wonderful moderation you did tonight. I wanted to say this. I think I would have loved if but we still have Mr. Akali in the group. If the Honorable Ayo is still around, the education team, I think it would be very nice. Talking about the e-library, one of the things that will make the e-library very resourceful and very, very useful is if we have valid data and documents that, especially those that research or those that would want to go to the e-library to get information for their businesses and their research, will have valid data to assess. I know that the Nigerian Research and Education Council, they normally come up with documents on certain areas that the country have need, either in the focus of education, the target that the government are interested in, and even the Bureau of Statistics. Sometimes, from time to time, we have documents that will be of very great benefit to those that are willing to look at sensitive areas that the government have interest in. So, if we can use the necessary channels to reach out to these organizations and see how we can access these documents anytime they are available, even those that are already available, and put them on the e-library. This will it will make it very easy for especially those that will want to know what are the goings-ons and what are the interests of the Nigerian government in various sectors and areas they can actually focus, perhaps their studies or their research or whatever they are doing. I think this will be very useful. And also it will be, they will be at home to know these are coming from very reliable sources. So I think maybe if our honorables can help us with this, if there is any way we can be getting these documents from these bodies from Nigeria to make them accessible in the library, to be very, very useful.
All right, thank you, Mr. Felix, for that suggestion. We appreciate you. Okay, so please, any other person, any question on anything? It may not necessarily be on the e-library or let's just talk freely.
I have one very quick question, please.
Okay.
I heard our Able Tech guys mention that our networking app is quite secure. Knowing that here and someone would like to speak securely, how confident are we? Are we very confident about that?
Mr. Idehe, this question is for you.
Our technical committee.
Okay. Sorry, I'll have to leave the meeting now. I wish you guys all the best. Well done.
All right, thank you, sir, Mr.
Yeah.
All right, sir.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Well done. Well done, Prof.
We appreciate a lot.
Ogana, Mongo de, sir.
Thank you. All right. Yeah.
Yes,
So you're welcome.
Okay. All
Yes,
right,
sir.
sir.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, I have a question.
Sorry, Mr.
Yeah.
Lewis, have you answered the question before?
Not yet. Yeah, are you there? Can you hear me?
Yeah, clear.
Okay, yeah. It's 100% sure and 100% secure because all the servers and everything is by us, and do you understand? Like
By
it's
us, for us.
Yeah.
So there is no third party, there is no other country. Everything is, even the servers are even Nigerian servers and everything. So
perfect.
Oh,
there is no
sorry, I have a
third
question.
party or any other interference.
So if it's Nigerian cyber, can we now just, on WeChat, we are always very careful of what to say. So now can we talk freely on the app?
Of course, you can talk freely, but I won't advise us to really talk freely because we wouldn't like us to use our platform to portray or do something wrong. We should respect our host countries, right?
Exactly.
So, but you can actually talk freely. There will be no praying eyes. But actually, there's something we are scared of. We, the team, there's something we are scared of. By the time we start having loads of traffic, they will be interested in our activities, and by then we might have full how will I say, we don't have full
privacy.
We might have
right to do things on our own. Yeah, so this is one of the reasons why we should be careful, because if we are not careful and we now start having lots of traffic, they will have a reason to come in and do whatever they want to do. But if we come in peace, they will love and accept us.
Yeah, I have a question. Can I go on?
Please
go on. Who's speaking though? Let us know who the person is. So,
my name is Jacob.
Jacob. Okay, thank you, Jacob.
Yeah. I want to commend everyone, especially the team working on the two projects. My question goes to Dr. Samuel. It's about the library, and I'm looking at the long time usage of that library. For example, if we push it very well, it's going to go around our universities in Nigeria and also other research institutes in the country. So my problem is the name of the domain. It actually promotes China more than Nigeria itself, and this is something we will be using, and other Nigerians in other countries might be skeptical about using the library because of the name attached to the link. Maybe if it's possible, we get a name that defines what we really want to do in the long term, instead of attaching another country's name that promotes more than Nigeria itself. So this is just my observation about the library.
Yeah, thank you for that.
Thank you, Mr. Jacob. I think that's a very useful observation. So,
exactly.
Louis, please.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, yeah, thank you for that observation. Actually, our initial objective was to make it just for NIDO China. That was why you see the name like that, and that's actually a subdomain under NIDO China. Okay, so it was just a few days ago, members of the team also put heads together and said we should change the name, and that if we don't change the name, it's going to be limited. It's going to limit the number of people that are going to be interested. So that's why we even came up with changing the name to NILink.
NILink for the networking.
We have already secured the server 2 of NILink. So very soon we'll be shifting everything to NILink. But both URLs will still be running hand in hand together. So it's a very good suggestion, and we are already switching from NIDO China networking app to NILink so that it will attract more people. And the meaning of the Ni is Nigeria. So it's like we're linking Nigeria to the world. So you could say you're linking Nigerians together and also linking Nigerians to the world. Is your question answered?
Yes.
All right.
Thank you so much. I have one more question, please.
Hello?
Okay, I wanted to answer that before you go to the second question. Just addition with what Mr. Luis just said. And Mr. Jacob, we need you in the committee because actually the committee members were the one that did this project, and we asked for their suggestion. So it was as a result of that we also changed because it was just NIDO China. And this with this your suggestion is a good one. We can always look into it because
Exactly.
the name China, yes, it might people might be a bit skeptical.
Skeptical.
Yes. So we'll put it into consideration. We'll think about it. We'll still go back, and the committee is open to everybody. So we need everybody on board. It's not a decision by few people, but it's for everybody. The NIDO library and even the technical committee. So we need everybody on board. This project is for all of us. It's not for few people. So let's own it. Let's take it as if it's our project. So we need everybody. We need more ideas because this project will keep updating. It's not as if it's stagnant. So with time we have to update it. So we need people's ideas, people's opinion on how to go about this because it's still new. So we need everybody on board.
So he can join one more. He can join one of the teams, preferably
yes. I'm ready. I'm ready to be on the
education and research.
Yes.
Yes, I'm ready.
All right.
So we'll be looking out for you.
Hello.
Yeah, thanks so much.
Just said.
Yeah.
Can I cut in?
Can I comment?
Okay. Building on what Jacob said, and Louis's answer, that the NILink is actually shifting away from NIDO to have their own domain name. Is it going to be the same for the library?
Yes, that's
sure.
what I said. That we'll put that into consideration. We'll still go back and talk about it. Because
okay,
it's
still in
not
decision.
by one person. You get it? We'll all decide if we want it that way. That's why I said it's noted. We'll put it into consideration.
Okay. But NILink has been decided that NILink is going to shift away.
Has been decided.
All right.
Just the e-library now that we'll put into consideration.
Sorry, Mr. Alao, why were you hiding all this while? You should come on the front. You know, perhaps we wouldn't have we would have considered this if you were one of us. But we'll ask you, come. You kept going backwards.
Actually, I'm sorry about that. But when I saw the voting, the survey, it was actually late at night. That my decisions were actually like, I think.
So you can join one of us, one of the teams, one or
yeah,
more.
I'm actually in the media group. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it's not too late, please, for others.
Hello, I have a comment, please.
Okay.
Can I?
All right.
Adebo is my name. I'm talking from Shanghai.
Nice to meet you.
It's a pleasure. When I heard about the safety of discussions on the app and some other things, I was a bit concerned, and I'm trying to get the figure and look at how the app is being structured and the modus operandi of communication, because I feel that the subject of safety of discussions and some other things should not actually be an issue, except maybe it's just going to be like a single group and it's restricted to that group alone. But if it's going to be like a platform where like the WeChat or the WhatsApp platform where you can even create groups within groups and several groups on the app, I think that should not be an issue, because if it is open to the public, then one way or the other you must be able to define what you discuss in groups, not just in a generally open group. Let's say this is a group that is open and this is the app that we are discussing. we should be able to create another group within the app that is specifically for specific purposes. I think in such a way, we won't have any issue with maybe somebody is sniffing on you or information pilfering or anything. So I don't know what the structure is right now, but I feel that if the structure is well laid out, we shouldn't have any problem with that. Then the other one is concerning the library. I'm bringing this as a suggestion. I think that we could have probably a section or a part of the library that actually talks about Nigerian history and culture. Our history is fast going and disappearing, going away. If we take a look at China very well, the history and the culture remains intact. Any foreigner that comes into this country, you come to study, you must study the Chinese history and culture, whether you like it or not. It is a must. And when I came in and I saw this, I was like, whoa, no wonder this history and this culture is so strong and is getting more formidable by the day. But ours, there was a time they canceled our history, even in our educational system. So it's something that we must look into. If you look at the kids of nowadays, the people in the primary schools and secondary schools, very little of them, I can say virtually maybe 10% of them knows about what is called Nigerian history and culture. So we must be able to look into this and look at a subtle way in propagating our culture and our history also. I came in contact with a document recently, and I was talking about how different countries and different regions have been propagating and projecting their history and their culture over the years. But then in Africa and in our own case specifically, we have decided to negate and neglect this particular area. So if we can look at this particular aspect of the Nigerian history and culture, I think it will be a plus to the projects because you know, at the point in time, I was giving up on the Nigerian project actually. But when I see a few people trying to do something once in a while, I try and see, okay, what can we do together? But I think the issue of the history and culture of the country is very, very important, and so that it will not be foreigners that will be telling us the history, just like it is happening right now in the nearest future. We must be able to define our history and culture also.
Mr. Deboye, please don't give up on the Nigerian project. Let's start with that. Don't give up on the Nigerian project.
All right.
I get that.
Okay.
Yeah, Nigeria is ours. Then on the first, okay, I'll address the chat. It's basically the encryption. When you're talking about how safe it is, it's just to be sure that the messages are encrypted appropriately and properly. I mean, you don't lock your door, or you don't buy a lock to your house because you want a thief to come. Yeah, just put it in there just in case a thief desires or plans to eventually come.
Okay,
you know. So, but you want to be sure that you have very good locks. Basically, think that you should view it that way. And regarding the library, I'm very much excited by the thought of having the Nigerian history showcased there. But at the end of the day, a library is a collection of extant documents. So if you have those documents that you talk about, the Nigerian history and all that, please donate it and contribute it to the library so people can have it there, because the library is a repository. You have knowledge, you put it there, you save it. So the library itself would not create the knowledge, as it were. So we'll need people like you who would know that to create the knowledge yourself, if you can. And if you know where that has already been done, I mean, there are a lot of books now that are past their protected period, so people can have access to them under the Creative Commons license. So if you have those documents, please, by all means, donate it to the library. That's how these things will be propagated and ensured that it stays in perpetuity. So that's what I want to contribute.
Okay.
But fantastic ideas.
All right, thank you, Mr.
Yes, I have one question.
Sorry, before the question, no, sorry,
Yeah.
before the question, I wanted to add to that. Actually, we also have that idea on ground. We also have a section for Africa, because on the library we have different sections. So we also have that, and if you have books, you can also donate some of these books to the library, e-books you can send to the library. So we have a section for Africa books and also for Nigeria history and Nigerian books also. So Mr. Adeboye, we would love to have you on board also to be part of the education team. Please, we appreciate it. And we will still work on that.
No
And
problem
also,
about
sorry,
that.
before we go ahead, I can
touch.
see Sammy. Is she still here? Dr. Samantha, she's here. I don't know if some of us have seen this Appreciate Africa award that some Nigerians were nominated for. She's the organizer and she's also here. She projects Africa. That's what she does. She
That's very good. Good.
And I'm sure she'll be so happy to hear that NIDO China has set the pace. That's in China, and we are also considering putting Africa history on our library. So we appreciate you, Dr. Sami, for being
Actually, I do have a question, Justina. Thank you so much for the welcome. And first, I just want to say congratulations to the good job that you guys are doing. This sounds like a really great project, but I've got a few questions. I know I came in a bit late. Maybe you explained them before I came in, but I'm so kind of curious, as in some of us who are not Nigerian, how do we get access to this? As in, is this a platform where people get to learn about the culture of Nigeria or get to network with Nigerians? How do we, people who are not Nigerians, benefit in this platform? How do we benefit and stuff? Is it us networking with you guys, or is it us learning about what you guys do? What is this all about, and how does it work, and how can we tell others who are not Nigerians about this platform? So maybe, I don't know if maybe you explained before I came, forgive me and just kindly help me understand. Is this a place where we can learn about your culture? Is it a place where we can network with you? Or I just want to understand how we non-Nigerians can participate in this.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Sami, for the question. Yes, you can partner with us. Of course, we still need people to collaborate with us. And for the e-library, it's open to everybody, to all nationals, not restricted to Nigerians only. So everybody is accessible. It's readily accessible to everybody. So now you're from Zimbabwe, you can use it. It's not restricted. Because we want to make it open, we are making it like a global, we are making it global for everybody to have access to it. So for the Nigeria history, it's there. And we also have like the African column too, like it has been suggested. We have the African column. So you can also give us some materials, maybe from Zimbabwe. We can also put it there. We can even have a section, because now we are still updating. It's still new, so we are still updating with time. We can even have for different countries depending on how we use it. Yeah, so it's depending on it. So that's why we said we are still open to suggestion. It's not as if everything is finalized. No, we are open to suggestion. We still want advices. We still want suggestions. So for the library, for the networking, everything is still open, and we are making it global. And it's also a way of projecting Nigeria, that this is Nigeria, this is done by Nigeria, because we are proud. Nigerians, we are always proud of ourselves because we are talented, we are creative. So it's a way to project ourselves. And Mr. Luis can also add more to.
Of course, you can say that again.
Can also answer some of those questions. So we are happy to have you on board. Mr. Luis, do you have anything to add?
Welcome. Yeah, welcome, Dr. Samantha. It's a pleasure having you here. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Thank you.
Good. Okay. Yeah, to add to what she said, your question I know your question was directed about the networking thing and not just the library, right? For the networking thing, it's open to the world and for everybody, but it's just that it's our initiative, so you have to bear with us for claiming the glory of the name NILink. Yeah. So like she said, we are proud Nigerians and we have to raise our flag. So it's open to everybody. It's not just for us, and it's not just for the foreigners or outsiders to link with us. It's for us to everybody to link with each other. It's an international social network. Yeah. So we are the only little limitation is that it bears our name. That's the only thing. Every other thing is open. And before you came, we talked about lots of features it has. You can, if you have stuff to sell, you can go there. It's like every B2B website, like Alibaba, Taobao, Amazon, or what have you. It has a marketplace where you could set up your product and sell. It has an e-wallet. You could withdraw your money. Yeah, you could make friends. You could meet people, not just Nigerians. You could meet the world. Is it okay?
Yeah, thank you.
Sorry, and in addition, Dr. Sami, for your project now that you have, you can create a group on the network. You can create groups, so you can actually have your own group.
Manage your project on the group, on the platform.
Yeah.
Even now that you're still doing the voting stuff, you can still do it there.
Yeah, it also has
a way of attracting people because it's an African program, so that Africans will know about it and they will be inside it. Because we need traffic, we need people to use it. So it's a way of projecting on.
It also has an event. It also has an event section where you can create events, build events, and a countdown will start counting to show when your event is going to come up.
Yeah. Wait.
Okay. Any other question? I think somebody wanted to ask a question before.
Yes, I have a suggestion.
Okay, please go ahead, sir.
Yeah, concerning our app, since this is we are not doing this out of government notice, so I will suggest Nigerian government do as much as possible to reduce the traffic on app or social media like Facebook that might be in competition with us. It's not as if the Nigerian government is going to block it. No, it's going to get us into trouble. But we just need to limit the access. So what will happen is that many people will not be able to access. Sometimes it will load, sometimes it will be loading very slowly, that it will be so sluggish. So why that is happening, they won't take note. But why that is happening, we can promote this our app. So because during this lockdown time, many people are online and they have enough time to visit all kind of websites. So this is a strategy we must employ. We don't have power like China that can block social media, but we could just limit access to platform like Facebook. Why we promote this? This is my suggestion.
Okay, thank you.
That's not going to be easy though, because
that's a very nice suggestion. Thanks for that.
It's a nice suggestion, but it actually involves heavy play.
All right, thank you so much for that suggestion. Yeah, so
Justin, I was saying something before.
Okay, that's Israel, right?
Yes.
Okay, please go ahead.
I was saying about the informations, the materials that are going to be submitted to the library. I think it will be necessary that there's a team that scrutinizes the content, and it's not like a dumping ground. People just take anything and give it to you guys. I mean, there should be a team that scrutinizes the content, make sure that
we have a team already that is doing that, and also we are collecting thesis of Nigerian students, those that graduated from China. So we are putting those theses there. So that's what we are doing right now. So if you you graduated from China now for your master's, yes. So you can give us your thesis voluntarily, of course. Like me, I've given my thesis also. So that's what we are also doing, because we are putting Nigerian works out there. Then also, we even forgot to mention, then on the library, there's a column for blogs, right? Yes. And on that platform, we can project Nigerian students that have gotten awards, like outstanding students in different universities. We have a lot of us that have gotten awards. So we are going to be putting them on that page so that anybody that goes there, they will be able to have access to them. They can see these are the Nigerians that have done this academically, and you never can tell. Maybe when some of these government official or anybody goes to that site and they see some of these people, they can easily contact them. So it's a way of projecting ourselves that this is us, this is what we are doing, and this is who we are. So that's part of the things we are going to be doing. So if you've gotten an award in your school, academic award, outstanding award, please let us know. You can meet with Dr. Samuel. We are going to project it. We are going to put it on the library.
Okay, thank you. I wanted to also say, based on some people are talking about earlier, the website still having a little connection with China and everything, and people are saying that we should just put it in a way that there is no China and everything. I think being that the thing stems from China at this beginner stage, I don't think it's wise for us to rush to just immediately try to put it something different. Everything is stage by stage. At this onset, we can still have that normal way, is it? Then with time, when we have been able to recruit people that are in China, then we can be able to expand it to just everyone. So even if we are making it to be global, it still doesn't deny the fact that it started from Nigerians in diaspora, China, it's from China. So you might not necessarily need to immediately at this beginning start just say, okay, we want to just make it to be strictly non-Chinese identified in like anything like that. So that's just a little suggestion I would say in regards to that.
Okay.
So
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Israel. I get your point. That's why I said we are still open to suggestions. Like Mr. Adeboye also suggested, we are going to go back. The committee members will discuss about this. We'll weigh our options. Then we'll finalize on that. Yeah. So you can join the education committee. We are still recruiting. We need a lot of people on board, please. Let's be part of this project.
I'm very proud of you people.
Yes, please. Yes. So please, any other question, anything? Please, I hope we've all downloaded. Please let us download and show a proof. We have to be sure we've downloaded it. Please. Let everybody, we want a video, please. Let's see our faces and show us a proof that you've downloaded. Let's see you on the site now. Please, everybody, please, nobody should leave.
I'm using my phone.
Face. Please bring out your phone. We want to make sure everybody now downloads it, please.
I'm already.
I can see you.
I'm already.
Hello, good evening. I have a question, please.
All right, go ahead, sir.
My name is Good Luck.
We know your name, sir.
My name is Good Luck.
Oh, nice to meet you, sir.
Yeah, a quick one. I just want to find out on the platform. Do we have a provision where we could have people who can give professional advice to especially students? Because here in China, I've come in contact with so many students who would just come to study, but because of the language barrier, some of them end up not knowing what to do, and they end up wasting the whole time, and instead of studying, they go into something else. And some of them end up not graduating because nobody to guide them. Even the professors don't even have help. They won't help them on what to do, and they end up doing nothing. We have such.
Can I respond to that?
Okay.
Yes, please go ahead, Mr. Dr. Samuel, sir.
Okay, thank you, sir, for bringing such an important question to mind. Actually, NIDO China has different committees, of which one of them is Education and Research Committee. And one of the teams under this Education and Research Committee is dedicated to look at things like that. For instance, the team is basically responsible for providing counseling in the form of tutorials or training for students with clear pathways for successful and timely completion of their academic studies and goals here in China. Basically, this information or training or tutorial will be provided to them to help them get used to what the situation is here, as in the situation on ground, from people's experience, from people like myself, you, and others that have gone through one thing or the other here, you know. And by so doing, we believe things like this could help them overcome most of the challenges that will come their way during their studies here in China. We can also interact with them one-on-one. So this is what this HAM is actually meant for, academic counseling team. Hello?
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah,
Thank
so
you, sir.
that's what the academic counseling team is all about.
Yeah. So we have like tutorials too.
Exactly. So we will be working with people like you. You have to share your experience in making those tutorials. You know, we have to design some kind of questionnaires to elicit people's experiences in different provinces across different fields here in China and what they think, how they were able to overcome those challenges. You know, based on your input to those questionnaires, we will mine those data or information and try to come up with some tutorials on how to educate those that are coming to China to study, what they need to know about the system here and how to overcome some basic problems.
All right, that is very good, sir.
Yeah, thanks, sir.
Okay. So any other question, any other suggestion or opinion? Please, I really want I want everybody here to really download this. Please let everybody show their phone like you are on the app now, please. Everybody,
it's not yet available on App Store.
No, you said within 3 to 7 days, right?
Yeah.
Mine is here. Can you see it?
You can just use the link for now before we get it on App Store within 3 to 7 days. So please let us all be on the group now, at least on the website.
Okay, on the website, okay.
Yes, and please let's say our families and friends back home. You don't need a VPN to use this app. So that's the good thing about it. Yeah, so please let's tell our friends, family, and everything. Now you can create your groups on the app. Then maybe I would suggest, I don't know, maybe for some of our committees now, we can actually move there and start trying it. Let's create our group on the network.
Okay.
Start question from there. So it's as if we are migrating. We can migrate gradually. It's just a suggestion.
I feel like it should be an obligation, though. Well, since we're the one promoting it,
Dr. Ada said it should be an obligation rather than
because we're the one launching it, so we should be there.
Yes, we should be there. Yes, I think some of our discussions can actually start there. We can be doing our discussion like we do on WeChat. We can have some of those discussions there. Like someone suggested the last time on the group that some of this political talk or something, we can have a political group. Because it's not everybody that is actually interested in all this political talk. So we can have some of them. We can have a group just for that. And a group maybe for businesses, because we have a lot of people, a lot of Nigerians that are doing businesses, even small-scale businesses. They can advertise their products on the group. So we can have different sections, as many groups as we want. Okay.
Please, how do I get the app? How do I download the app?
The app is not yet out. Within 3 to 7 days. But
So
we'll
you have to can
announce.
just use the link for now.
You can just use the link for now. Yeah.
Can I follow everybody?
Of course, you can follow.
I've been following.
Please follow me. Let's do like Instagram.
I followed you since the first day, just now.
Yeah,
I didn't waste time.
of course, I
can't. Hey, who did PPT? You used my picture as screenshot, so thank you.
I can't upload my
Make
picture.
me popular.
Can't see myself.
I can't upload my picture. How do I do that?
Okay. I think if there's no question or suggestion, we can.
Yeah. All right. It's nice meeting with you all once again.
Yeah, thank you.
Organizing committee, I think we should look at something.
We'll connect more on the network.
All right. Thank you guys and have a blessed weekend.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Hello.
Hey.
Hello.
Hello.
Somebody said hello.
Somebody trying to say something?
Exactly.
Yes.
All right, guys. Have a blessed weekend.
Hello.
Oh, this is
Hello.
Dr. Anna.
Yes, that's me there. Don't worry, please follow me. Please follow me. Follow back and give me some likes.
Okay, sure.
I'm following everybody here.
Yeah, I followed a lot of people too when I signed in.
All right.
Yeah, and I'm still gonna follow more people.
Other thing, I think you can air points and money. Please, where is Mr. Luis? Is he still there? Because I noticed I was active on the network for some time, and I noticed I have one coin. So please, can you explain?
Oh, interesting.
This still here?
Yeah, what do you say? What do you say?
It means she said if she follows a lot of people, as in if she's active, that she can earn certain amount of money.
All right, I see.
Yeah. Actually, there's a system that gives you money as you are active, but that's not really money; it's points. But and points can be later converted to money.
Oh. Who does the conversion?
The system does the conversion. We are still doing all the algorithm that will make it worthwhile. Yeah. Then we'll put heads together on a better model. Yeah, of how to. Yeah.
Wow, that sounds interesting.
Yeah, so you can start being active, share, post. Like when you share posts and comments, you also get funded.
Some points.
Yeah. So when you're active, the system will be noticing you, and your points will be increasing.
Oh, nice.
Then it also has this blue sticker thing for verified users. If you notice, the president is the only verified user among everybody now. Yeah, she earned it, yeah. So, yeah.
Gentlemen.
Hey.
Hey.
Somebody said, my husband said that for those that are single, probably you might meet a life partner on that group.
Oh my God.
We even thought about creating a date.
You don't want us to be on that app every time, eh?
Yeah, so
that's
bring it on.
Let's use the app. You never can.
Some of us are single.
You never can tell. You never can tell. So
exactly.
Yeah, so
if we want to be a pseudo of what is it called, copying Facebook, it's the same thing. People date everywhere.
Exactly.
We never can tell.
The important thing is that most people that will be in the app are people in China. So
and people you know, they're not strangers.
So you can.
They're not strangers.
I don't know. Like one of the ways I have just one point before we go. One of the ways in which we can really promote these things, especially to those Nigerians in other parts of the world, is by trying to reach out to NIDO in those other parts of the world. For instance, NIDO US, if they have such, if they are very functional. I don't know what the we're thinking about that. NIDO UK, NIDO New Zealand, NIDO Australia. Australia is quite big, so perhaps one of us can, some people amongst us can try to reach out to them and share what we've been able to achieve thus far. So that person, for instance, if he's in Australia, the representative would help to spread this idea to those in Nigerians in Australia, and it will keep going that way. I don't know, that just came to mind now, so I decided to share with us.
Yeah, bro Samuel, Dr. Samuel.
Sir.
Oh, sorry, I forgot we are not on personal call. Dr. Samuel.
Don't worry, Samuel is okay.
Okay, sir. So to promote this, we need to engage Neraland, because many
Neraland, oh, great.
In US, in Canada, in China, many of us will cause trouble on Neraland. We need to get either the contact of the chief or operator help us promote it so much. We really need it.
Yeah, guys, can you see the screen?
Yeah,
Yes.
we can. Thank you, sir,
Yeah,
for that
we
point.
can.
Okay, I want to show a quick function. Like you can see my screen, my interface is dark and black.
Exactly, black mode.
Yeah, if you just click on your icon here, it brings out a pull-down menu like this, and you click
the
either
last
day or
option.
night mode. Yeah, once you click this mode, it automatically switches you back to the white function. The white.
Wow, interesting.
Yeah, so because of the ray of light in your eyes, like if you control it, yeah. So
Really
if you like
nice.
the black mode, you can just
you
switch
go back
it.
same way.
Really nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
Then this is the point. You can see my point is already 460 because I've been active. Yeah. Then
you've been actively active.
Yeah.
Mr. Lewis.
Yeah.
I can see an option, upgrade to pro. What does that mean? What?
Oh, okay, yeah. Like I said just now, you can see just the president has a verified account where it has that blue sticker, just like you have in Instagram and what have you.
Okay, that's just that for verification.
Yeah. With this, we can generate funds for the organization too, because this thing is very expensive and it's telling a lot on the organization in terms of funding. So like if you want to be a pro member, you could just use that. We've not talked about how much it's going to cost to become a pro. There are different, we set it to have different membership. There's pro, there's VIP, and a third one, I can't remember now. So this three, it sets you like, makes you maybe a VIP on the side. Yeah. So you pay for it and the organization can also make money through that. We've not set a margin yet for the price. Yeah, upgrade to pro, yeah.
Yes,
And
that's a good idea. And I think we can lower the costs initially to allow people probably to get them in.
Yes,
you tell them, okay, if, for the moment or at the moment, so you pay a very, very little amount to get that. After some period of time, it increases.
Yes, we can also
engineer people to actually rush in and
yeah, they can also buy. They can also buy with their points instead of paying physical cash.
Okay.
Yeah, good. You can buy with your points. Yeah, you can see. Yeah, look at this is Star, Hot, Ultima, and VIP. Different one. So you can upgrade here. Then you can see this featured member. You can hide your a pro. When you are pro, you can hide your last scene. Some people don't want you to know when they last came online, right? So only a pro member can do that. Post promotions, like you can promote your post. Maybe you have something you're selling, you want everybody to see it. If you do this, everybody is a must, like it will be forced on everybody's page, whether you're following the person or not. Then this is the verified badge. Yeah. So these are part of the things the pro member will benefit. Is it clear?
Yeah, got it. Nice.
Excuse me, would you permit me to leave?
All right, sir. I think no, it cannot leave now. You can't leave now. Please.
Oh my God! Sir, please, sir.
Actually, have
His Excellency.
All right.
Please, sir.
All right.
My hands are up, please, sir.
Oga Luis, please, are we ready to go or we still want to stay? I was actually thinking if Mr. Luis can show us some of those pictures on the network itself.
Yeah, it's fine. Whatever you guys want, I'm here.
No, depending on us. Do you want to stay or we should just end it?
I personally have to leave. I have another meeting by 9:30.
Sorry, I want to say something.
Exactly.
Can I leave, Justina? I think I can leave, hey?
All right. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it.
All right.
So we'll be looking forward to your group, your page.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm loving this. I've created an account for myself.
Oh, great.
And,
I can see
how it goes.
Great.
Yeah, please make sure you create your page. Let's see.
I have already.
She has done that. She said she has done that. Great.
Yeah. So we'll keep in touch there. Thank you so much, guys. Nice meeting you all.
Thank you, Miss Samantha.
You guys are amazing. Now I do believe when they say Nigerians are creative. I believe it. I believe it.
Thank you.
All right. Have a good night, everyone.
Good
night.
Good night.
Bye. Can I say something, please?
Go ahead, Honorable Kadigo.
All right. Yeah. Thanks for the recognition. Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, please. We can hear you, sir. You have to unmute your mic.
It's okay. This is giving me. Can you hear me now?
Yes, please.
Oh, it's okay. Well, I really appreciate each and every one of you. Is Dr. Samuel still there? Dr. Samuel, can you hear me, please?
Yeah, we can hear you.
You can ask the question. Members of his team are listening.
All right. Okay, I am Olasende Vincent Olusoya, but my sobriquet is Okadibo. Yeah, people know me as Okadibo. I really appreciate this initiative. I really appreciate those set of people, they sat down together, bringing the knowledge together to bring out this is so fantastic. And I really appreciate your colloquial knowledge, honestly. And I pray that the wisdom will not be wasted in Jesus' name. But I promise, through my influence, to speak with politicians in Nigeria, how we can be sponsored. And if the way they can be of help, and the channels or the pathways through which they can help us, please, maybe someone should send to my page through WeChat, then I can forward to them. Because if they don't do anything, I know how to deal with them. So I know most of these politicians, this is what we do, how they can be of help, or they can channel through the House of Assembly, House of Senate, like that, or through anything, or through our educational sectors. So please, you just let me know. So I'll try my best.
All right.
Yeah, thank you very much.
I think after this, we'll need to make a proposal, because we might need people to collaborate with us. So we'll work on that. Please, that's why we need you. You have to join the team. So that we'll do all these things together. Like I said earlier, it's not an initiative by one person. It's
yeah.
So we are going to put a proposal out, and maybe we'll give to our members, and we'll just push it out there.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Just
a quick comment on that, please.
It's okay, yeah.
Thanks for that comment and that recommendation, Mr. Vincent.
You're welcome,
but also I would want to suggest to the executives also to put a measure on the ground to actually curtail and curb hijacking, because when it comes to politicians, it could be very, very vulnerable. I'm not insinuating, but I'm saying that let's put in place a mechanism, a structure that would prevent that, and that will not make that, because once it's hijacked, then the value is gone already. So let's try and protect that. We need we might need the politicians, we need the government, we need everybody, but then we must protect it against being hijacked. That's just the comment.
Hello, brother. Can you hear me?
I'm not actually it's a general comment
you
to be
spoken
noted.
well. You are
Yeah.
right. You are right. Some people are not straightforward. You see, because they are green sniggered and green cracks. But this is what I hate most. In most groups, they know me very well. Anybody that exhibits fraudulent attitude will be shown the way out of anywhere harm. So that's it. Of course, what I really want to do, not to give them the whole show, but just how can this be recognized in the unity?
Okay.
Yes, and again, how can through the government, so and through the House of Assembly or through the National Assembly, or House of Rep or House of Senate. So that's what I'm saying. It should do that. Just send to me. I'm going to deal with it. I know how to deal with it.
Thank you, Mr. Okadibo.
You're welcome. You're welcome, my mommy. My mommy.
Please, any other comments or suggestions? So, do we go ahead or we should just end the meeting here? We'll have to explore by ourselves.
I think we can try to explore by. So the next time we have a meeting, we'll just bring up everything that we actually, we felt was wrong or maybe was difficult, there's so many functions. We need to explore each and every one of them. So.
Yeah, that's true. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us and for staying.
Thank you for your time as well.
And this is really, really fun. So please, let's continue the discussion on the network. I hope
he didn't give me Bowsy. He didn't give me Bowsy.
So we hope to see everybody on the network. Thank you so much. So please, tell your families and friends at home. Let them join us on this.
All right.
You can put it on Instagram, Twitter. Please, let's tweet it. Let people know about this. Please, let's tweet it. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm very good at that. I'll do it.
All right.
Publicity.
Publicity. I think once the app is out, we'll do the major publicity so that everybody.
Once the app is out, then we'll all be tweeting because there's no more tweeting, and then people will be like, "Where is it?"
Oh, it's okay.
Yeah. We can do the major publicity, but officially we've launched it, so we can use it now. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a blessed night.
You too.
Okay.
Good night.
Bye.
All right. Bye-bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Good night, guys.
Bye.